Kid 78 here, and I'm putting up the alternate history scenario of what if the American Revolution failed. With the failure of the American Revolution, with instead of 40% of the colonies fighting back in our timeline, who fought against the British, only 10% of the actual colonists fought back against the British, and the British actually managed to put down the rebellion in the Battle of Lexington and Concord very fastly. And this would lead to the rebellions such as the Latin Wars of Independence, making New Spain, aka the Spanish colonies, still being around that time. And the French Revolution, due to the lack of support, actually failed pretty easily, getting put down. The French Empire still being alive and the British Empire still being continued, became major rivals as fighting over the span of their empires and the expansion of their colonies. Without Napoleon and the French Revolution being a failure, empires such as the Austrian and Holy Roman Empires actually still managed to be survived and still managed to grow. With the colonies of America being controlled by the Crown, slavery being banned in the British in 1833 by the Parliament, leading to less slave population and more of a black community in the North American continent. Around the world, New Spain and South America mainly stays the Spanish and Portuguese hands. The Russian Empire maybe even had the chance of surviving until the 20th century, and the Spanish Empire. India may be having more British influence on them. The Qing dynasty would have probably bigger colonies being taken from them of different parts and states of the Qing dynasty going to empires. Due to the French and British empires surviving way longer, there should be bigger rivals, kind of like a cold war between the two. Tensions are getting bigger and stronger of colonies and empires across the world. Worst case scenario, maybe in the mid 1800s to 1910s, a major war breaks out, like a second 7-year war, kind of like a World War I or like World War II, but instead of like in our timeline world wars, it's just the second 7-year war. Major powers on different sides fighting each other in for battles in colonies. It doesn't really matter who wins this battle, either if it's a British or French. Most likely this will probably end in a stalemate. My conclusion. Mainly the world will be more British, and the ideas of rebellion being stamped out, with more empires fighting over useless colonies and the span of their empires. The British colony with Canada, like in our timeline, Canada being let go as a British colony, the North American British North American colony being let go, kind of like in our time with the Canadian colony. In the end, this is just a scenario from my lens of history. I try to be unbiased as much as I can. Meanwhile, in the end, this is Game Kid 78 out.